Hey, it's Matt McWilliams here, and today I want to address a very common problem, hold up, roadblock, whatever you'll call it, in the online marketing space. And this comes about because, first of all, I see this all the time. And secondly, I got an email today from one of our no product, no problem students, and she's jumping into the course. She's excited about affiliate marketing, and she shares with me some of her roadblocks. And I'm going to share one of them with you today because it's something I keep seeing come up. And as I thought about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I used to do this and I sort of still do, but I used to really do this. Here's what she writes. One of my roadblocks is technology. She puts in parentheses, it's against me, LOL. There are times I think I have a handle on WordPress, then I often face some crazy challenge that sidetracks me, or I get completely discouraged and I have to stop before I make it worse. All right, so technology, WordPress, blog platform, um, you know, tracking, formatting, all these things, hosting, all these things can hold you back. And I get it. And the reason I get it is because I have been there. I have done that. I really should have a t-shirt at this point. Here's me over the years. A plugin breaks. And what do? I spend an hour on Google. I spend 45 minutes trying stuff. I spend an hour trying, doing this and then I finally get it fixed and I'm like, yes, I fixed it. My site is where I want it to be now. Or I see somebody doing something and I want to copy it. So I play around with the CSS. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. I play around with the formatting, we'll put it that way, for a couple of hours. And then it finally looks perfect. And you know what I did? I got this block of text to be centered, all caps, and the color 358CB4. That's the shade of blue that I use. We have it memorized. And I feel accomplished. And you know what? I really didn't accomplish anything. Most of the technology issues that I've dealt with and I see people dealing with are not moving the needle. They're not leading to sales. But yet we want to accomplish these things. And so I look back at the dozens, hundreds of hours that I have wasted. And I realized there were three things I could have done to have made this all better. Number one, I could have delegated it to someone on my team. Now, if you don't have a team, don't worry, I've got two more. Number two, I could have hired somebody else. And I mean, literally, I could have gone to Fiverr. If you've never used it, fiverr.com. I could have used Fiverr and found somebody for $5 or $10 or $25 to do this. And you have to go, well, why don't I have 20, or you have to say it was $25 worth 2 hours of my time. And that reminds me of the story. I asked a guy, a very successful guy, and I heard this from Michael Hyatt as well. And so I stole it from Michael and used it on a friend of mine. And he's like, I do all my own programming on my website. I'm like, how much do you make? I had a pretty good idea of what the guy makes, and he's very successful. He makes over $1 million a year. And I was like, I asked him, so I was like, would you pay a programmer $500 an hour? And he's like, heck no. I was like, well, you already are. He's already paid because he makes over $500 an hour and he's doing this program. I'm like, you can go pay a programmer $125 an hour for like high level programming. So low level programming would be even less. My point to that is to say that like I could have hired somebody for a very low cost who's already an expert who can fix that in 5 minutes. You say, well, I don't want to pay $25 for 5 minutes, but you took 2 hours. You're not paying for their time, you're paying for their expertise. People, when they pay me $2,500 for an hour of consulting and coaching, they're not paying me for an hour of my time, they're paying me for the 13 years I've been doing this. So I could have put it off on somebody on my team. I could have hired somebody. And the third thing that I could have done is just not worried about it. There are things on your website like that sidebar ad that's going to bring in $400 over the next year. Is it really right now worth 2, 3, 4 hours trying to figure out? Maybe not. Is the fact that this image isn't perfectly aligned really worth an hour or two of you figuring out? Probably not. There are a lot of things that just, don't work technologically. Have you ever noticed that just some stuff doesn't work and it doesn't make any freaking sense? And you just have to let it go. Just have to say, you know what? I'm going to just give up on this right now. I'm going to table this for another day. I'm going to put it in Asana or whatever task manager you use, and I'm just not going to worry about it right now. And the funny thing is, I put stuff in Asana on a Monday, and then on Tuesday, my team and I will talk about it, and we say, you know, we don't have time today. We've got other pressing matters. Let's table it. And by the time we get to it the following Wednesday, I go, that's a dumb idea. I don't even want to do it. Isn't that funny? Like this great idea I had on a Monday, 9 days later, it's not even worth our time. That's what happens when you let things sit. What seems today to be this urgent tech problem, 48 hours from now, after a good night's sleep or two, a few good meals, maybe getting some more knowledge about some stuff and seeing that where your high level time is invested, might not be that big of a deal anymore. I want you to spend your time on high level stuff as much as possible. Now, going back to the hiring somebody to do it, if you literally have no money, then that third option is probably going to be your best option. And that's to just not worry about stuff sometimes. That'll incentivize you. You know what? You want to get this thing fixed? Oh, let's get a little bit of money in the bank first. And if you literally have no money, then you probably need to learn a few things. And Google is going to be your new best friend. But like I said, I think the issue is to get like an MVP, a minimally viable product, a minimally viable, that's a hard word to say, minimally viable blog post or podcast. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's get to 90% and be satisfied with that and move on. And then you can get it fixed down the road. Now, if you have a little bit of money, places like Fiverr and Odesk, and I think it's Elance. I don't remember who bought who now. I always forget. Those are great places as well. So stop worrying about technology and don't be like me. Don't be the guy or the gal who's up late at night, missing time with your family and missing time for doing higher level stuff just to try to center some text on a blog post or to get this plugin to work. Sometimes you just need to give up on it for now. So, hope that helps you. And Allison, thanks for being honest. And if you want to be honest, you have a hold up, a hang up, a roadblock in your business, and you want to ask about it, just go to asktheaffiliateguy.com, submit your question there, and I will answer it in a future episode. I'll see you in the next one.